Our next game here is Antarctic Adventure by Konami. This is in fact the first Konami game for the Famicom. Konami originally started as a jukebox company back in the late 60s. The name Konami was actually taken from letters in the names of the three founders. By around the late 70s, they had started making video games, and in the early 80s had a string of very popular arcade titles, such as Frogger, Tutankhamun, Super Cobra, Track and Field, and many more. Now, once Konami had signed on to make games for the Famicom, that meant that Nintendo had 3 out of the 4 largest Japanese game developers working with them. That, of course, was Konami, Taito, and Namco. The 4th Japanese arcade giant was, of course, Sega. However, at this stage, Sega was viewing Nintendo more as competition rather than a potential partner. Sega will make a dramatic entrance into our story later this year. So, about this game. What's it like? Well, I believe that this is a port of a game Konami originally developed for the MSX in 1983. It's essentially a racing game, only you have a penguin instead of a car. Use your D-pad up and down to control the speed, left and right to control the movement. Your object is to race down a little track and get to the research laboratory at the end. In between levels, a map will plot your progress around the continent. Once you've gotten all the way around, the game starts again. This game is supposedly well remembered in Japan. This was never released in the US, and it's not bad. Almost like a cross between a racing game and a platformer because you have to jump over various obstacles, such as holes, pits. The little ice holes often have seals that pop out of them, and you will hit the seal while jumping. As a result, it often makes more sense to try to avoid holes rather than jump over them. I guess we'll call this a reasonably fun but not terribly addictive game.